سلام دوستان عزیز، نوشین نیکفرجام هستم در برنامه دانش و آگاهی در تلویزیون عصر امروز. امیدوارم هر جای دنیا که هستین خوب و خوش و سرحال نشستین. برنامه خیلی استثنایی امروز رو تماشا میکنین چون امروز مهمونم آمریکایی هستند و برنامه تماما به انگلیسی خواهد بود و ایشون نوروکینتیک تراپیست و آرایشگر هستند. حالا اینو گفتم که حتما دلتون بخواد که بقیه رو برنامه رو به انگلیسی ببینین و به اشتراک بذارین، چون اطلاعاتی که ایشون قراره به ما بدن راجع به کاری که دارن انجام میدن خیلی مهمه و در اصل این کار رو به خاطر پول نمی کنند و بیشتر برای کمک به بهبود سلامت مردمه. با اجازهتون برنامه از الان به بعد انگلیسی خواهد بود. Welcome very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Rick. It was so nice. I mean, I have known you for a year and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how I got to know you, it was interesting because I had a client who was suffering, PJ, who was suffering from back pain and neck pain. And I was trying to talk him into releasing it through psychoneurology techniques and, you know, going back and how it all started. And he kept going to massages, chiropractors, everything. Then one day he says, I was at my hairdresser and he's going to help me and he's going to fix me. And I said, hairdresser?
Weird.
Yeah. And then I had a lot of knee pain. As you remember, I couldn't walk. So everything that you told me helped me when I was in Turkey for a couple of weeks, and I was doing your exercises and everything. So I had 2 pairs of shoes, flat shoes. We're going to talk about that. And I could walk. So basically, Rick Pozo is currently working as a full-time hairstylist at Blue Water Salon and Floyd's. Which one is yours? Both of them?
Well, neither. I rent a chair
at
Blue Water Salon, and I'm just a employee.
Okay. So most days that's what you do, and evenings and you perform NKT, neurokinetic therapy. Neurokinetic duties in the mornings before work. So usually I used to see you before about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then you would go back to work. So I have been bragging about you basically to everyone.
Thank you.
And saying that what you do is amazing because in this time that everybody works to just get money out of people, and insurances, you know, are there, and I am getting some shots for my arthritis, and when the bill comes, it's $4,800 a shot. So I'm not paying, thank God. I mean, I have Medicare and all that stuff, but imagine in this era, you are getting a very small amount of money for what you do. That's even much more important to me than physical therapy, chiropractic work. I haven't been to an osteopath recently, but I believe in osteopaths more than chiropractors. Please don't get offended. But what you do is completely different. And interestingly enough, last week I was just telling my physical therapist, I said, I know that you do physical therapy strictly, but maybe you should learn some of these techniques if you can, because I remember I couldn't raise my arm, and you told me to put pressure on my TMJ or on my jaw, and then I started putting it up. So these are the things that I think that everybody should understand and learn who is in this type of therapy, like physical therapy, chiropractic work, all that. So by all that said, first of all, I want to know what is neurokinetic therapy. So you explain to us what it is. and how you got involved. I can ask you questions in the middle. You can start however you like.
When I got into neurokinetic therapy, I was working as a personal trainer at a gym.
Okay.
And I was coming across a lot of issues with some of the clients asking me to help them with some of their pains and discomforts. I'm a very good trainer, years of experience, but I was stuck. I couldn't. There's a lot of things I would do the things I was taught to help them, stretch, strength exercises, and things of that nature. I wasn't getting a lot of success. And I had a friend call me and let me know about this neurokinetic therapy. The owner, or the person that created it, his name is David Weinstock.
Okay.
So I reached out and found out where the courses were being held. And of course, with my luck, none of them were in Los Angeles. Like New York, London, Singapore.
Really?
Yeah. So finally, he did one in Arizona.
Okay.
So I was able to go there, where I met my fabulous teacher, Miss Sky Roberts, and she showed me the way.
So how long did you go? And I mean, are there seminars
They were
weekend trainings or what?
3 long weekend seminars with training, back to back.
So it's like 9 days, basically?
Yeah, it was about 9 days.
If you say long weekends, okay.
And then after the training, you're sent home with a medical packet to find a client and do a medical write-up on a person to see if you've retained the things that they showed you, taught you.
So getting a guinea pig. Okay.
My first guinea pig was somebody with plantar fasciitis. Because I know kind of simple, but if you've heard of people with plantar fasciitis,
you can't even walk. What are you talking about?
You can't walk.
Yeah.
Their stories are all the same. They've gone to 10 doctors.
Yeah.
They've tried 20 different shoes. They've tried different. Yeah. And I picked plantar fasciitis because it was so simple to fix. Well, that's why I picked it instead of something.
Now you're telling me?
Like a back pain. And I did. And as when we met, I tried in just one session. I tried to get these things corrected. So I corrected. He was the high school basketball coach at Newbury Park. Former college basketball player, had been suffering from this pain for years. Didn't know what to do about it, and I met with him. I wrote up my little medical journal for him, and he never came back. That was that. And I passed. That was my level 1. That was my first.
Can you give us some tips for that? Anything? I know that you touch top to toe and you find everything and squeeze. I mean, it's like I was in pain for like 5 days after I left
when I'm poking at you, I'm looking for a facilitated muscle, a muscle that's cramped up or has a knot in it, or it's hyper, angry, upset. And with plantar fasciitis, it usually deals with either the arch of your foot and a calf muscle. Pretty simple. Sometimes it gets more complicated, something in the hamstrings or the hips or the glutes, but generally that's where I start. Most of the time, that's where it ends.
So you release it, basically.
Yeah, a lot of times gastrocnemius in the calf or sole, the 2 calf muscles, one of those is super tight.
Right.
So when those are tight, they're pulling on the ligaments on your heel, and then that heel starts to overwork your arch in your foot, and then you start getting a collapsed foot, and then every time you take a step, your heel feels like you're stepping on a nail.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you see people walking with like the most expensive shoes because their doctor told them you have to get this sneaker and all that. And the only thing they give you, honestly, is just stretching your calf muscle. I didn't get anything else besides that from my doctors a long time ago. And it took me forever to get rid of the pain.
Yeah, stretching sometimes makes it worse.
Yeah. So, let me go back to how you got there. I mean, I know that this guy at the gym told you about the teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Next question is, before we go there, is do you? I mean, you don't teach it right now, do you?
No.
Okay, if somebody wants to learn neurokinetic therapy, can they do it online, or it has to be hands-on?
Hands-on only.
And nothing in LA?
No.
Still?
Nothing.
All right. Next question is, you are a hairstylist.
Yes.
So, tell me about that. Hairstylist being a therapist.
Yeah.
So,
hairstylist / therapist
Yeah.
in the chair. 33 years I've been styling hair.
okay,
I started in Beverly Hills with Alan Edwards,
okay,
and then I worked my way into the studios. Did that for 5 years. And then I've been in the San Fernando Valley on Ventura Boulevard for the last 25 years.
So I remember when we were talking while you were performing therapies on me, you said you were an athlete and you got injured.
Yeah, in college I got hurt playing baseball. Didn't continue that career,
Okay.
but continued in baseball, like semi-professional adult. And I've been doing that my whole life.
So you apparently for a year you couldn't do any sports,
No.
and that's when you went to beauty school. Yeah, and
In
so-
1994.
1994. Okay, so you went to beauty school. What did you study at college?
Kinesiology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't continue.
No.
You just continued with hairstyling
I went.
and all
Yeah,
that.
I went straight into hairstyling.
Yeah.
Hairstyling was simple for me. My mother and father had a TV show,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately, as the oldest boy in the house, I helped my mom perm her hair, style her hair. When I got to school, I kind of already knew what to do.
Okay. You started teaching them.
Yeah.
Because experience is more important
Yeah, so
than
it was it was easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you did that, and then can I ask you about your kids or not yet?
No, my kids. I had kids young, and
Yeah.
my first son was born in high school. I was 15 years old.
Yeah, that was like what struck me, because I mean, 15-year-old moms, it's easier to understand than dads. So,
Yes, there were struggles for sure.
yeah.
My second son, I was 21 when he was born.
Oh, you grew up.
I grew up a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah,
Okay.
and then my youngest, his mom had a 2-year-old, and he was born in 2011.
Okay.
And my son was born in 9 and 11.
Okay.
And so yeah, I've been advising and raising 4 boys for a long time.
Okay. And what are they doing? They're pretty successful.
Yeah, no,
kids.
my oldest lives in Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
He's a underwater, like a welder. He welds pipelines for gas companies.
Right.
His brother lives in Portland, Oregon, runs a art gallery. He's an artist. And Antonio is the next one. He's autistic, so he's still at home. And then the youngest is at Chaminade High School.
All right. Oh, he's still at high school.
He's still in high school.
All right. All right. So nobody went after what you did, any of the things that
None of
you're
it.
doing. Yeah.
None of it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So you, I know you worked with me for weeks, and you see patients or clients every
Yeah.
21 days,
Yeah,
and
yes.
you give homework.
You were a complicated case study.
Thank you. I take it as a compliment.
Yes. But those are my favorite ones because I'm like a body detective.
Right.
My number one thing is I want to make you feel better.
Right.
You come in, you're hurting. I don't want you to hurt. You had several things, so I enjoyed breaking all that down and trying to figure out
I should
with
come
your shoulders and your back and your knee and your neck. It was good. It was good.
The first thing you
cleared
told
out.
me, yeah, it was funny because I said I have a torn rotator cuff, and you said no. You put your hand up, and I went like this, and you said, if you had that you couldn't even move a finger.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of athletes, specifically baseball pitchers. When their rotator cuff is torn, somebody has to help them go to the bathroom.
So, I mean, I went for MRI, and I hate MRI machines.
Yeah.
So, what is this?
What you probably have is a micro tear.
Okay.
So let's say a rotator cuff has 50 muscle fibers in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you only tore 2 of them, obviously you can still make all the same motions that you used to.
Okay.
A little uncomfortable. That's all. A full tear, that you're not moving your arm.
Show me where it is.
The rotator cuff is right in here.
Over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for me, honestly, I read the report, and the report said that I had so many tears, muscle tears, from long time ago. And it's interesting. I mean, I was never an athlete, but I always did everything, like from childhood.
You'd be surprised the things that
weird.
can tear a muscle.
Yeah.
Even with your kids, your babies, lifting them up in a certain way could tear a muscle.
Okay.
And these things don't just happen to athletes, they happen to everybody in life. Yep.
Okay. So, go into detail, if you don't mind, with how you detect everything, and just give our audience sort of a lesson.
Yeah, the cliff notes on NKT.
Cliff notes, right.
When somebody comes with me presenting an injury that developed,
right.
so not somebody hit with a baseball bat, that doesn't count.
Right.
Right. So let's keep it simple. You slipped and you fell and your back hurts. Sorry, things like that.
Okay.
What I do is I muscle test.
Right.
And generally I work on the area. If your back hurts, I muscle test all the muscles around your abdomen, your core, your upper back, lower back. I look for the muscle that's in pain, which is a dysfunction, with another muscle that's paired up with it. So I'm looking for the antagonist versus the synergist.
Right.
The antagonist does the action, the synergist slows the action. If those two aren't working correctly, you develop a dysfunction, and that creates a lot of pain.
So give us a couple of examples. I remember on my body, everything was like...
Everything's hard.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite part. I have like steel fingers.
Everything was tight.
So let's do what's a good one? Oh, police officers. I have a lot of police officer clients.
Okay.
They ride motorcycles, their arms up in the air all day. So what ends up happening is you get a dysfunction between the muscles in your neck from having your arm up and your lats underneath your armpits. So these get very weak because your hands are holding onto the handlebars, and this muscle in your neck has to do a lot of work. So all of a sudden, the muscle that's attached to your neck here is right next to the nerves that control the feeling in your fingertips. Right? C5 and C4. So as soon as that happens, now you can't feel your hands. And then they think, I must have spinal damage or things of that nature, but you don't. So the test for that, same muscle test. I'm checking for a weak muscle and checking for an extra strong muscle. So in those cases, usually it's sternocleidomastoid in the neck is overactive from holding it up like this. Lats go weak. So I release sternocleidomastoid, and then I activate your lats. Then you're good. It's usually a simple process. Golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, same thing. Weak forearm muscles, super hyper bicep muscles. Once you identify which one it is, because there's 4 or 5 muscles in the forearm, there's like 6 muscles in the bicep. Once you identify which muscles they are, you reset them in the motor control center of the brain, and your muscles fire in the correct sequence that they should be firing, 1 through 5, whatever.
I'm just wondering, how can somebody learn all of this in like 9 days or something?
Oh, that was the introduction. Took 9 days, and then I had to study for a year to take my test.
Okay.
And I was constantly online with my instructor.
But meanwhile, you were seeing clients.
I was seeing clients.
And writing reports.
Right, writing reports, and Sky was on FaceTime with me. I was never allowed to touch anyone without her present. Because she was the, therapist at the point.
Okay.
She was just using my hands. So as I did client after client after client, I started learning quicker what muscles were associated with other muscles and how to get through that process.
Okay.
And then I finished. In first year, I did my first case study. I moved on to the second level, and then I stopped at level 3.
How many levels are there?
4. So
Okay.
when you get into level 4, that starts dealing with internal organs and muscles.
Oh.
And I didn't want to stick my fingers in those places. Eyeballs, throats, anuses. I'm good. I stopped
I mean, you go deep enough.
I go deep
That is
enough.
like,
Yeah, it's too
jeez.
deep. So,
I mean, it's-
yeah. Well, I never was going to treat anybody that had those issues. I got close once. It was like 5 years ago. I had one of my old baseball coaches called me, and they had a prospect that was probably going to go professional, and he was having an issue, and they'd taken him to several specialists, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with him. So he called me because another guy I played baseball with, I treated, right, word of mouth.
Right.
This young man, every time he threw a baseball, it went not in the direction he wanted, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. So he came to me, like you, very complicated. It took me several weeks to figure out he was having a dysfunction between his big toe and his eyeball. So when I did finally get to the point where it was his eyeball, I'm not a level 4, so I called Sky, and together we worked through his session. I'd use a glove, go in his eye.
Hey.
But that was very interesting. I corrected his eye on his masseter, like you, and then masseter to sterno to deltoid to pec into diaphragm into psoas, worked through his glutes into his hamstrings, and then finally released his calf into his big toe. That was strange, yeah. So imagine how much pain I put him through.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
But he's okay now.
Yeah, great.
And I remember you said you can fix TMJ, right?
I can. That's what neurokinetics is all about. TMJ is just another muscle dysfunction. A lot of times it could be, the muscles in the jaw, the masseter, that could be affecting muscles in the front or the back of the neck, or the internal muscles of the neck.
Right.
So those can also be part of that. Not excluding the muscles of the scalp. When you're talking about TMJ, you could have temporal or occipital muscles that are very tight and pulling. Right.
And how about lazy eye?
So lazy eye is different. That would be level 4.
Okay, yeah, that's why
I understand the concept of lazy eye and how to address it. I've never done one. In theory I could, but I just don't have the certification to actually do all that. But with a lazy eye, it's the same thing. I know doctors, optometrists will fix it with a thing on a little piece of something on the glasses to make your eye forced to go the other way.
I mean, my son had a major surgery.
Right.
And they corrected it.
Yeah, but again, it's just it's a dysfunction in the muscles. Eyelids are muscles.
Yeah.
And if you can just address which muscle it is and activate it, yeah.
So let's go back to TMJ, because that is so common. I mean, everybody grinds their teeth every night if they're too tired, or if they're upset, or they're not talking about their emotions. Everything goes here.
Well, tension.
Tension,
right?
yeah.
We all hold our tension in our shoulders. A lot of people hold their tension in their jaws.
Right.
Right? When somebody's upset, they immediately clench their teeth. When you're sleeping, you clench or grind your teeth. When you're exerting yourself during an exercise or lifting something heavy, you'll usually grind.
Yeah.
Right? The masseter is a king muscle in the body.
Okay.
It's one of the first muscles that gets engaged in any activity, whether you're sitting, standing, going to the bathroom, eating, or drinking. Masseter goes first.
Okay.
So a lot of times masseter can become very facilitated. And I've never met a person where I had to treat them in the masseter, and I went to touch their jaw, and they do not like that. That is very painful.
Yeah.
So again, it could become an issue for the rest of the body. Once the masseter goes into dysfunction, it's a trickle effect all the way down your body, even all the way to your feet.
Yeah, because I mean, it starts. The first thing is from here goes to your neck. From the neck goes to the shoulders and the hands. And then
this is why kinesiology was such an important part for me, because that's what kinesiology is.
Yeah. You want to explain kinesiology for people who don't understand?
Kinesiology is the study of the body and the bones.
Okay.
That's it. That's simple.
But I think, if I wanted to go and study what you are doing, I probably would have done the same thing. Just go and learn about kinesiology and then take all these other classes for
a specialty. That's what I did. Just an interesting note, when I took my first neurokinetic therapy class, I think there were like 40 people in that room. I remember, and after this group of people left the room, Sky made a comment. She goes, every year, every class, it's the same thing. The chiropractors get up and they leave. They feel slightly insulted, no disrespect, because they're doing, compared to neurokinetic therapy, they're all kinesiology. They get the body, they've memorized the muscles and the bones, but they're only doing half the job. They find a muscle that's hurt and they relax it, and then they send you home to do exercises. But they don't address the second part, the weak muscle next to that muscle. That's where they always fall short. Masseuses are usually the second ones that walked out of the class.
Why them?
Because it's the same thing. They spend their entire life massaging knots out of your body, but they don't do the second part. So you come back every week. You need another massage. Yeah, that hurts again. A chiropractor.
Same thing.
Same thing. He adjusts you. Next week you come back, it's the same adjustment needs to be done because he didn't address the weak muscle that's not holding that joint in place.
How about the physical therapists?
They were the last ones to get up and leave.
Really?
They hang on because they're a little smarter, right? They have a little more education, so they wait. And then it's the same thing with a physical therapist. They're very intelligent.
Right.
They're very studied. They know the muscles in the body, and they can identify your problem quickly.
Right.
But the thing with the PT is, after they find the problem, they write it all down and they tell you, I need to see you 20 times in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right, so that's another
Twice
issue.
a week.
They slowly get to the answer. Slowly. I felt like these things, this doesn't work.
Yeah, I have that problem too.
Yeah, so I looked into this and I was like, well, that's perfect. I had I don't remember what it was, I think a QL issue in my class when I took it. I volunteered to get on the desk, on the table. And Sky, boop, 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 boop. I stood up and my hat. Okay, that's weird. What are you, a ninja? So that, immediately I was so intrigued. I wanted to learn everything I could learn about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. By the way, going back to TMJ, what do you think about putting Botox in the jaw?
Well,
that's
yeah. I mean, they use the botulism for a few different things. I know they can use it to fix migraines, headaches.
Yeah.
Release TMJ, and it's successful. And it does relieve a lot of people. I do know that, but you got to go get the shot again and again and again. Because again, like the chiros, the PTs, and the masseuses, it's doing half the job. It's relaxing the masseter, but why was the masseter agitated in the first place? That's not addressed, ever. So once you could figure that out, and like I explained to you with a lot of your stuff, every muscle has a job to do. But if you give a muscle 2 jobs to do, now we have a problem. So in the case of TMJ, the jaw is doing the work of sternocleidomastoid or flexors or extenders. Somebody has stopped helping, so masseter has to do twice as much work. I always tell people the muscle, when you're in pain, it's the queen complaining because the king isn't helping her clean. It's you know. So I just have to figure out. We know the queen. We know who's angry. We know who's yelling. Why is she yelling? And then I got to go find that lazy person next to her that's not helping. And they're always 6 inches apart. It's never a king and a queen, or a husband and a wife are always right there. So he's usually right next to her, not doing his job.
And a lot of times, husband is the one who creates.
It's always the husband. It's always the husband.
The king.
Yes. They're only in king by name.
Oh my God! So I know you give each client 21 days. What is the reason
21 days it's a motor control center. Have you heard? It takes 21 days to break a habit.
Yeah.
It takes 21 days to quit smoking cigarettes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's not that it takes 21 days for you to do anything. 21 days of reminding the brain that this is the way we want you to do something usually makes it permanent after 21 days.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I need to ask you any questions. Do you have any questions for me?
How are your knees feeling?
Terrible.
No.
I'm just saying. No, actually, I want to come back to you again. It's just like I have to find.
Well, your knees they're tricky because we're talking bone on bone, years of abuse on the knees.
Yeah,
I would be more interested in how your feet are feeling, how your shoulders feeling, how your neck's feeling, how your jaw's feeling.
Exactly.
This is that's trickier.
No, actually, you know that I came to you because I didn't want to do surgery.
Right.
You were like my last hope.
But you still haven't had surgery.
Because you told me that's the only way that you should do it.
Yeah.
Because it was really bad. It was bone on one. And thank God, I mean, my doctor was fantastic. And my left knee is straight and nice, but my arthritis pain that starts with my fingers and then goes on top of my foot, under my ankle, then it goes to my knees again. So if I don't have the arthritis under control, I'm really terrible. That is why I'm suffering, like my neck is suffering, everything is suffering because of the arthritis.
Right.
And now, I mean, before I couldn't walk, I had to have a cane because of the pain. Now I can walk if the foot is okay.
And when I first met you,
it was really bad.
Just watching you walk from your car gave me pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really bad.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm taking, so since October, I've been seeing a rheumatologist. And unfortunately, going to a rheumatologist, you're a guinea pig. And I hate it.
There's a lot of guesswork when it comes to arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after they gave me some medication until like from October to April, then it really didn't do much. Then they gave me shots from March on. So I'm getting shots every month, every 4 weeks. It's helping a little bit because last year when I went on my trip to Turkey, I was popping pills, pain pills.
Pain pills, right.
Yeah, diclofenac.
No, I remember that.
And Umari.
I wasn't a huge fan of you taking that many pain pills.
I couldn't function.
But I know, and I understand. You had
and
to.
I mean, you're on a trip and you want to walk and you want to explore everything.
Of course.
So there was no way. And I still was suffering of pain. That was like besides the point. But now what has happened is all this medication, all these shots, they have given me, even GLP-1. They started me on GLP-1 for inflammation. Even though, I mean, I'm overweight, it's not doing much for I'm not even hungry, and the weight doesn't come down for some reason. So it's the inflammation. I started wearing this ring today. I couldn't.
No.
Even this one that is for middle finger, sometimes I couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
So it seems like the inflammation is going down a little bit. Medication-wise, the diclofenac started giving me rashes here under my arms. This one went away. Under the arm doesn't go away as easier. But I'm trying not to take it every day. Like the minimum that I usually take now is 48 hours. I took it this morning because I really couldn't function anymore. I mean, I was cooking before coming here. When I was cooking, I was okay. But after that, when I went to get ready, it's like, oh my God, I can't bend my fingers.
Yeah, the swelling.
This is, it's swollen from the inside. I can feel it. So I took diclofenac, I think on Monday, and today's Friday. So I tried not to take it. It's like, this is what I'm trying to do with all this medication, not to take it.
Of course.
But I can swim, thank God. It's just my husband told me, let's go for a walk. I said, I can't walk. I mean, in order for me to walk, I have to take a medication now, and it affects me 5 hours from now. It's not right. I mean, it's right then and there,
Yeah.
you take a pill and then you're okay. So that's why I think I would love to come back to you, because when I come to you, you adjust the whole thing, except for all the poking that I was like bruised for like a week for you to find my pain.
But when you're straighter, it's easier. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember doing all the exercises because, I mean, that was, I'm a good listener.
Sure.
A good student.
Very good.
Yeah. If my teacher says something, and I really bugged you because you don't like to be filmed. I had to, your girlfriend is here, hello. But I videotaped him every time. Small videotapes, I have all of them on my phone. So I make sure that I'm doing everything right, because you never know. Even, you know what I did? I have a YouTube channel because a few years ago I kept teaching people different techniques and different breathing techniques. And they would forget, even though they would take notes and they would do it in the class. So this way I teach and I say, okay, this is the link to the video. Mm-hmm. Go and learn it and do it with the video. So this is how I do it. Anyway, I mean,
I've been a lot of clients I've taught how to, breathing is important.
Yeah.
The diaphragm creates a lot of problems in the body. And I have several techniques that I help people to learn how to breathe correctly. So show us, can you? Well, it's on the ground. It's a stretch.
Okay.
To stretch out your diaphragm so that your lungs can expand properly.
You can't do it standing up?
I mean, it's called a baby roll. It's real simple. Okay. If you can picture in your mind a baby laying on the ground, the first time they roll over to grab a toy, that's what it looks like. You just reach over and reach for the...
Oh, okay. That's what... You gave me that one.
I gave you a baby roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it helped.
It does. It helps. It opens up the diaphragm.
The only thing is if you're out of your house in a hotel...
It's a little strange, yeah. In the lobby doing baby rolls, it could be weird.
I know. I mean, a lot of places, they don't even have like a rug on the floor.
Yeah.
But I was, it's like my husband said, the tour guide is going to be here in a minute. I said, wait, I have to do this stretch before I can leave, and I can move. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
So, what do you recommend for people who have TMJ? Because I mean, everybody has to wear a night guard. Do you believe in that or not? I mean, this is before coming to you.
I mean, we're touching back on the thing of you're doing half of it, but you're not doing that second.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wear the guard? That's what my job is.
Yeah.
When I go in, obviously your jaw hurts. We get that, but who's not assisting in the movements of your jaw? Mm-hmm. And I mean, when you're chewing, talking, opening and closing your mouth. Mm-hmm. Once that jaw gets facilitated, the mastoid gets facilitated. Right. Now we have to really investigate. Is it a relational dysfunction? Is it both masseters? Mm-hmm. So usually that's a grinder going side to side with their jaw. Mm-hmm. So that creates a relationship problem between the same muscle. If it's a directional dysfunction, that means there could be a situation where you maybe got in a car accident a few years ago and one of the muscles or several of the muscles in your neck, front or back, got weak. So now your jaw has to try a little harder to keep your head straight.
Right.
And after a while, that jaw is going to start getting tired. I can't do this anymore. You can only hold a bag of books for so long before your arms collapse. True. And when you get TMJ, your arms collapsed. That's muscle can't take it anymore. Mm-hmm. Now it's presenting with acute pain up and down your neck, your head, even up into your chest and your shoulders, because it's very painful to have that. Hard to sleep. Even eating can be difficult sometimes.
Right.
And then it's extreme where it locks up on you. Can't even open your mouth. That's true.
Or you open, you can't close.
Right. It gets horrible.
That's a bad one. Yeah.
So my job is, as you recall from doing your therapy, after I find the muscle that's screaming, therapy location. I'm looking for the muscle that's weak. So as soon as I touch that muscle, you immediately feel relief. Wherever it is that we're fixing, there's relief because the muscle I just touched is the muscle that's weak.
Right.
It's not assisting anymore. So once I go in there, I relax the angry muscle, and then I tell the other muscle, hey, wake up. One of the things I use to get people to understand, all your muscles are on a circuit board, numbered 1 through 206. I check them all, 1, 2, 3, all the way down the line.
I know.
Some are off, some are on, some are off, some are on. We want them all on. So that's it.
Yeah.
I find the muscle that's off, and we turn it back on.
That's true.
Now the two muscles are working together, and everything feels great. And with TMJ, because most people have had TMJ for years, it's not 1 week. You don't even think to go to a doctor after a week of having pain in your jaw. So getting rid of the TMJ just takes a little time. You'll do your 21-day homework. It may come back, but if it comes back, just do your homework real quick. It will go away because that dysfunction is always going to be that dysfunction. A lot of times it was an accident earlier in your life. It could even be from when you were a kid.
Right.
You fell off your bike. That created a dysfunction. It's odd that it took 40 years to show up, but these are the things that happen.
So you mean that I can go back and do all the exercises you gave me now again?
You don't need me anymore.
The other thing is what I noticed was I love to do asymmetrical on both sides, and you're against it. It's like you would tell me, do this for your right leg, and I say, okay, should I do it for the left? No, you don't have a problem there. It's like, you're very specific. That's very interesting.
Well, it's a specific science.
Yeah.
There's no...
I want the audience to understand. That's what I'm saying, these things, because I'm sharing my personal experience, so, they know what it is.
Yeah, the treatment could be... you could have a problem with both of your arms, and the treatment could be completely different. This arm could be having an argument with a chest muscle. This arm could be having an argument with a bicep and a forearm. It's all determined by your pain.
Right.
I'm not making this up. I find.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was there. So, you're still working at home, right?
Yeah, I did. So I do my treatments.
Okay.
Now it'll be at a much more beautiful home with a much more beautiful office. But yeah, I still do it, or I travel too sometimes. I do house calls. Depends on my schedule.
Okay.
And if it's convenient, obviously I'm not driving to Redondo Beach, but
Are you willing to come to my house?
But you live in. I'm not gonna tell people where you live, but
it's
so far away.
So
we'll talk about it.
No, I'm just asking because it's good to know. You're going to be in Westlake?
Yep.
In California?
Yep.
In Los Angeles.
I'm in Los Angeles County, yeah.
Yeah. So people can come to you, they can call you. Your phone number is there, 818-785-5527?
818-585-5527.
Okay. So they can reach out to you and they can come and see you.
Yes.
And he charges very, very minimal compared to every doctor that I know in the world. So
clearly, I'm raising my price. No.
Are you? After this? No, but tell us about that actually, because people think if they go to a therapist or a doctor or anything, and they have to pay arm and
Well, look, when you go to a physical therapist, you're going for 10 sessions. It's an arm and a leg because you're paying 10 sessions.
Yeah.
If you paid me for 10 sessions, it'd be an arm and a leg. I just charge you for one because I don't need to see you again. You're going to do that work at home by yourself.
Yeah.
So my cost, I've estimated what my value is for an hour of my time. Same as my time at the salon. To have me work on your hair for 2 hours costs $250. I don't know. I'm not greedy. I'm not a greedy person. So
that's what I like. Honestly, I really appreciate that, because it's so important that you do something out of your love for humanity, or just out of the love for your pocket. And yours is completely humanity. And this is important. I do the same thing. Honestly, I have a price that is set, but if somebody comes to me and they need help, I don't care. I don't get money.
If you need help and I can help you, I'll help you. I don't care. It's not about the money.
So that's why I appreciate it when somebody else does exactly the same thing, because I understand that our time is very, very valuable. But the fact that you're making a difference in somebody else's life and health, it's much more important than any money that you can get from anyone. So that's why, I really wanted you to come to the program. This is going to be aired on all the my social medias, and as I told you, it's going to go on WhatsApp around the world. So I know some people cannot reach out to you from overseas, but at least maybe wherever they are, anywhere in the world, or the US or Canada or anywhere, they can find somebody who's a neurokinetic therapist and go to them.
Yes.
And, get help, because besides some osteopaths that I believe in, some of them, not all of them, that's the only thing that really works. And I've been to a lot of different therapists and doctors and everything. I'm not just talking out of nowhere.
No, it shocks me sometimes.
Yeah.
Even okay. I know I know it works, but even sometimes I'm shocked at how quickly somebody feels better.
Yeah. I remember the first time that I met an osteopath in Berkeley, California. I was very, very dizzy. My daughter was like 1 year old. She's 36 now. And every doctor that I went to, they couldn't fix it. And I became a guinea pig for a while. Then I called my dentist. Dentist was here in LA. I was in Northern California. My dentist had started learning different techniques from the osteopaths and other techniques. And he said, go find an osteopath in San Francisco. And I called, and nobody would get me for a while. And they were charging at the time, 35 years ago, $250, $350. That's a lot of money back for then.
Yeah.
And I found somebody in Berkeley. And I called and I said, can I come to you? And he said, yes. And I said, how much do you charge? He said, $50. I said, he probably doesn't know anything. He was the most amazing person. His background was OBGYN. He was an osteopath. He was having all different backgrounds. On top of that, if he would see my kids, he would become a clown and entertain them. So it was amazing. I go to him, he looks at me, he says, what kind of pillow do you use? And I said, what is it, the feather, the swan feather?
Yeah, like a down feather.
Down feather, down pillow. And he said, go home, throw it in the garbage. I said, what? I paid a lot of money for that. And he said, who cares? You have a long neck. And when you sleep, that folds up very thin, and that puts pressure on your neck. Mm-hmm. So I did that. I'm never using a down pillow ever in my life.
Yeah.
And he fixed it. And I moved to LA, and it happened again. I got dizzy. I went to the doctors. Nobody fixed me. Called him on a Friday afternoon. He said, lay down on your bed on the phone. I said, okay. He said, put your head, drop your head down, and then tilt it to the, to the right or to the left, wherever I had the problem. And I was okay. After that, I wasn't dizzy. He said, your marbles are back in place.
And most people's issues stem from how they sleep.
Yeah. But there are simple things that if you know, like you can just turn on the light and that's it.
I have had a lot of pillow conversations,
a
lot of bed conversations, a lot of which way do you lay conversations. Mm-hmm. It comes down to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple.
So that's why
It's always something you're doing every day.
Yeah.
It's never something, and sometimes it's something that's that car accident, but it's usually something you're repeating every single day. Sitting at your desk all day, sleeping funny, whatever the activity is that you do, but if you're doing it every day, you will create a problem.
That's true. So let me see. Mariam June, how much time do you have? Huh? Oh my God. All that? 2 minutes? Okay. Just before we go, you do everything for hair, right?
Everything, yeah.
Everything?
Yeah. I'm a color specialist.
Okay.
I do color correction. That's I enjoy doing that. Again, just like my NKT, I like fixing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, blow dries, highlights, color, haircuts, gray blending, men's beards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Men and women.
If a woman has a beard, I will fix it.
No, men and women and kids.
Yes, women and children.
You do everybody's hair.
Everybody.
Okay, not the beard. Do you have any messages for anyone before we say goodbye?
No, just remember if everyone could just remember to take a little time to spend for themselves. And these kinds of things help you and everyone else in the world.
Yeah. By the way, when did you go back to this school? To this
2009.
And how old were you?
40.
So this is another thing that I wanted to mention. I went back to school at 44. He went back again to school at 40. It's never too late to find your passion and go back to school and do what you need to do. So I always want to give this message.
Yeah.
I think your girlfriend did the same thing, right? You're on the same boat.
Yeah.
So thank you again and again.
Thank you.
And I hope people will reach out to you, the ones who are in the Los Angeles area or anywhere else, so maybe you can help them.
I will always answer any phone calls, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will be back next week. I hope that everybody has a beautiful weekend, and keep in touch. Share this video, please, with everyone that you know, because you don't know who you're going to help with neurokinetic therapy. Bye-bye.
بعد از سالها تلاش برای نجات یک رابطه زناشویی، گاهی به این نتیجه می رسیم که جدایی تنها راه برای نجات خود، فرزندان و ساختن زندگی سالمتر است. اگر جدایی را تجربه کرده اید، احتمالاً ترس، نگرانی، تردید و احساساتی را می شناسید که گاهی تمام وجود انسان را در بر می گیرد. بازسازی و شکوفایی پس از جدایی. روز جمعه 28 آگوست ساعت 1 بعد از ظهر بار دیگه مهمون دکتر نوشین نیکفرجام در برنامه دانش و آگاهی در چهره‌ها از شبکه عصر امروز خواهم بود تا درباره این مسیر دشوار اما امیدبخش و راه‌های بازسازی زندگی و حتی رسیدن به شکوفایی شخصی گفتگو کنیم. از شما دعوت می‌کنم بیننده این برنامه باشید. الیت همی هستم، رواندرمانگر و مشاور ازدواج و خانواده با تخصص در روابط پرتنش. متشکرم.